there are a lot of people that still have that mindset of, man, it sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
Is this for me?
Yes.
Should I be doing this? I'm probably going to get denied anyway.
Right.
What advice do you have for that person?
What I tell people is that the worst thing you could do is go and stay in the same position every single year. You already know what you've been dealing with. You know what your pain points is, right? And you got to start to go and realize what is going on in your environment. If you're around people that you go and tell your goals to all the time and it's going over their head, right, then you are not going to be as courageous to go and take steps because your environment is limiting your beliefs. So I tell people all the time, you can't go ahead and break generational curses if you're still dealing with a generation that's still cursed. We got to go ahead and put ourselves around different environments that could go ahead and push us to that brink so we could go ahead and become that best version of ourselves. And then lastly, people want to help their families, and I know that they want to do it. I know deep down, but if you're not being selfish with yourself right now during 2026, where there's so much opportunity and AI is literally taking jobs, AI is literally putting people out of work, you got to be selfish with yourself right now and double down with a niche and get rich, or you're not going to be able to be selfless for those people that you care about and be able to provide.
Welcome to another episode of Access Granny, where I give you exclusive access to entrepreneurs killing it in their industry. I'm super excited today because we're about to talk about secrets that nobody shares online. Kori, what's up? Welcome to Access Granny.
What's going on? I appreciate you having me. It's a blessing to be in the presence of Coach K.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to have you. You have an amazing strategy where you're helping entrepreneurs unlock capital and not just get access to funding, but how to convert that to a real estate bag. So I'm excited about this conversation because there's so many people just talking about funding online, but nobody's really showing you how to leverage it and turn it into an asset. And so I'm excited.
Yeah, this is the game that the people need right here.
Well, let's do it. All right. So Kori, I know who you are. I know all the amazing things that you're doing, but can you shine some light and tell the audience, who are you? What are you doing? And what type of access are they going to get today?
For sure. So for starters, I'm representing Jersey. So I know it's not many guys who doing it big like this on the stage for Jersey, so I'm representing Jersey.
Love it.
But I've been doing this. I've been in this space for a little minute. I'm from a place where the only people that you could go to look up to are athletes or people that's running the streets. So I had a little bit of that path, but I figured it out. Went away to school. Thankful I got around a different environment. In 2019, I quit both of my jobs right before COVID, so it was a scary time. I had like $700 in my pocket. Everybody figuring out they still gonna be alive in the next 3 months or so, but I bet on myself. And it's funny, but you ever heard of Forex before? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I made my first, I would say, $250,000 off of just Forex.
Oh wow.
That was my first stint, and I left my jobs and I just went all in. But since then, from that $700 in my bank account and doing Forex, it taught me how to do entrepreneurship, gave me them principles, leadership, being able to go and step out on fair. And then I went ahead and learned the credit game and turned that into a $7 million real estate portfolio in the last 2 years. So.
$7 million in 2 years. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, so $7 million in 2 years. The audience, we gotta tap into that right now. We're gonna get into the funding, but how did you unlock $7 million in 2 years? And just give me the game.
Well, for real, it first started with me understanding that, like most people right now, I had access to capital because I learned how to do credit myself, but I didn't know what to do with, so I didn't have the GPS. And I remember one of my closest friends, his name is Mike. He was telling me about how he was in his real estate mentorship, and he in the field, like he in there seeing framing, he saying demo. So I'm like, bro, I want to go to get into this too, because at this point I was just stuck on Airbnb. I'm like, I need to go to up the game, so I paid a coach $20,000 off the funding, and from there, I would say I got my first property under contract within like a 6-month turnaround time.
Ooh, fire.
Yeah. And then with the real estate game is I was leveraging the Burr method in the beginning. So I was able to go in and take my profits from one crib, and then I was able to go in and scale up and buy 2 at a time. And that's really how I went ahead and compounded all of my portfolio.
Wow, and you're actually teaching people how to unlock capital for their business and also how to turn this into closing on real estate. Let's just go ahead and drop the link now.
For sure. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go to this website. It's called credit-to-close-challenge.com. At that website, you guys will have the opportunity to go ahead and get into a free challenge where I'll show you guys from start to finish how to get the funding, fix your credit profile up, how to find the properties, running numbers, and ultimately cash flow at the end, because the deal is not done until you're making money from it.
That's good. So you mentioned making sure you have the right credit profile. What does that look like?
For me, I try to make it really, really simple. What I would say is that we want to have around like 7+ accounts on the credit profile. Of course, I want you to have low utilization, but what other people is not talking about on the internet is most people just want to run just straight to the business funding. And in the beginning phases of me, I literally stacked up over $100,000 plus in personal funding. And what I realized was that allowed me to get to that $500,000 mark, which I didn't mention. I got well over $500,000 of funding because it's a comparable game. It's a monkey see, monkey do game. So now the bank's saying, all right, he got a lot on the personal. He could definitely go to get a lot on the business, like we trust him. So that's what I did first. So you want to go ahead and make sure you don't got no collections, inquiries is low, and then we could go ahead and walk you through these different banks.
So if I'm watching this right now and I do have collections or inquiries on my credit report, or my credit score isn't as strong as I would like it to be, what advice would you give to me?
I would say the number one rule that you guys gonna need to have is understanding some type of consumer law. So I'm gonna tell you guys a law right now that y'all can utilize. My students use it. I personally use it to take my score from a 630 to an 800, and it's called the permissible purpose law. And I'm gonna give y'all the code for it. 15 USC 1681 EB. That's called permissible purpose. But that law is so important because basically what it said, I'm gonna ask you this, like, when you got a collection or if you had an inquiry on your credit profile, did you give these creditors written consent for them to place it on your file?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So since you didn't give them written consent, that's that loophole that we can utilize to get things removed. And I do that over and over and over again. So for any of you guys who are listening right now, I want you to come to me already having good credit. You already qualify. You a premium type of person. And y'all can utilize that law right there to go ahead and speed your process up.
How are you incorporating ChatGPT in this at all? Because I see people online talk about, hey, you can put this law in ChatGPT and you can send the letters out yourself. Is that something that you're encouraging people to do, or should they stay away from ChatGPT?
What I would say with ChatGPT and with AI, this is the worst it's ever going to be. So you want to go ahead and implement all of this stuff into your business. I just started using Claude, Manus, all of those different type of things. And it's so smart because if you could feed it the laws, it will literally go to create these template letters for you. And you could go ahead and utilize those to send them into the credit bureau. So I like it.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. So I'm ready, right? So I've got my credit profile ready. I am ready to come to you and I'm ready to run up the bag. But what I love about you the most is it's not, let's just go run up the bag and get $100,000 or $500,000 or whatever. It's like, let's figure out what we are going to do with this money. Like, what's the game plan? Like you said, the deal isn't closed
until it's done.
And so, how do I, or what conversations do we start to have surrounding around me getting access to some capital? And I also love that you are incorporating personal credit. So there are so many people that are like, put everything in your business name, but there are so many people that make the mistake of putting everything in their business name that their personal credit is struggling because they don't have any activity on there. So what's the conversation? What are some things that we're going to start incorporating to get access to some business funding and capital as well?
For sure. So what I like to go ahead and do is reverse engineer with people. My first question that I have with you is, well, what's the income level that you want to be at, right? Because my whole goal is to go ahead and have two different cash flows. We need to have your get rich quick because we need to get rich as quick as humanly possible, and then we need to understand, cool, what's our passive income? That's our slow machine. So I want to know, what is that number for you? Most people in America right now, they're making less than $50,000. So let's go in and see if every property that we get and we could cash flow at least $1,000, because I teach how to do multifamily. If every property we making at least minimum $1,000 cash flow, what does that look like? So if somebody tell me, hey, Kori, I want to go and make $10,000 a month. All right, so we need to be having our mindset, I want to go and get 10 cribs. Now I know that number. Let's go ahead and keep on reverse engineering. What does it look like for us to go and get into one? Well, what it look like for us to get into one? We're going to need around like 50 to 70,000 to get into these properties, because you got to go ahead and put the down payment, right? So now we're looking at what banks are around you. And one of the tricks or I would say hacks that people need to go to know about is something that's called synchronized signatures, basically like double dipping. So this is where I look at a website called iBankNet. I want y'all to look that up, iBankNet. At iBankNet, you can find the credit unions that give around the most money. And what you want to do is you want to see if they give out personal lines of credit or business credit cards. But the importance about this is I can go to this bank and I could get two products with only one hard inquiry. And that's how my students run up so much funded quickly, because everybody on the internet is telling you, hey, go to this one bank, go to this one bank, and you get in these inquiries. But what if I go to the same 3 banks that you told me about and I get 6 products instead of just 3? So that's how I speed it up.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah,
I'm ready to run the play. I am ready to run the play. I can't believe that you are teaching this information for free. Like you're hosting a class. 5 days?
5 days.
5 days of unlocking this information. All right, so now I got the funding. I got the bag. What's next? What do I do?
Oh, this will really get cool, right? Because The other issue I realized that people are scared about, or they have some type of, concerns about, well, Kori, I got this money, I want to get into the game, but I don't know how to go and find the properties. Now, this is one of the most important things I did, and that's how I got so many properties quickly, and that's how my students did as well too. And what we did, we call this the hairy house method. So with the hairy house method, what I'm doing is I'm partnering with the mailmen, the post office people. So I'm in the neighborhoods, I'm seeing them go by, and I know that they know the houses that they keep on stacking mail in the mailbox, those people not there. Maybe the person passed away, or they just live in a different state. So now I'm partnering with the post office people that's walking around to these houses. I'm like, hey, you see some that you keep on dropping mail in and they not opening that mailbox up? I need you to take a picture of that. Take a picture of that house, send me that, and if I close on this house, I'm going to pay you $1,000 every house I close.
Oh, Kori, that's access.
Yeah.
Now that's next level.
That hairy house method right there. Yeah,
I love that. Okay. So now, but we're able to leverage. We build relationships. I always talk about how important relationships are. So we're building relationships with the people that are in the postal service, that are walking the streets, and they're able to locate the homes. And then we're leveraging credit to actually purchase these homes.
And then now the other step is like, people always hear me say, hey, you can buy houses with credit, but they don't know what I'm talking about, because most people on the internet are saying, hey, yeah, you got to liquidate the credit cards. But now we use this website called Plastique. So y'all, this website called Plastique will allow you to go to the closing table like we sitting there right now, and I can literally swipe my American Express card, and that American Express card is going to be sending a wire over to the title company so I can use my credit card to close. So now I'm not using none of my money at all. Literally, I'm not using none of my money to close on these deals. And me and my students do this stuff over and over and over again. Nobody
has ever came on this show that talked about business funding and gave so much game and so much information away. I can only imagine what you're going to unlock when you talk in this 5 days. Like if you're giving me this and we only like 10-15 minutes in.
This is like
you're going to change lives during this 5-day challenge.
What I tell people is that you need the GPS all the time, because what happens is we think that we're gonna go and do it ourselves. You could be watching me on YouTube every single day. You could be seeing me on TikTok, on Instagram. But what happens is you need a coach. You need somebody that's gonna hold your hand and give you constructive criticism and give you guidance on exactly where you need to be. Absolutely. And that's what I did in the beginning to go ahead and speed my path up. And this is what we're gonna be able to get during those 5 days for sure.
That's really, really good. So this sounds amazing, right? But I'm probably watching this, and I think there are a lot of people that still have that mindset of, man, it sounds too good to be true. Is this for me? Should I be doing this? I'm probably going to get denied anyway. What advice do you have for that person that's just like, nah, I don't know. He capped.
I see it pretty often, but then I start showing results. What I tell people is that the worst thing you could do is go and stay in the same position every single year. You already know what you've been dealing with. You know what your pain points is, right? And you got to start to go and realize what is going on in your environment. If you're around people that you go and tell your goals to all the time and it's going over their head, right? Then you are not going to be as courageous to go and take steps, because your environment is limiting your beliefs. So I tell people all the time, you can't go ahead and break generational curses if you're still dealing with a generation that's still cursed. We got to go ahead and put ourselves around different environments that could go ahead and push us to that brink, so we could go ahead and become that best version of ourselves. And then lastly, people want to help their families, and I know that they want to do it. I know deep down, but if you're not being selfish with yourself right now during 2026, where there's so much opportunity and AI is literally taking jobs, AI is literally putting people out of work, you got to be selfish with yourself right now and double down with a niche and get rich. Or you're not going to be able to be selfless for those people that you care about and be able to provide.
This so good.
We
this is so good. When you came in, you was like, listen, we about to drop some information that ain't nobody talking about, and this is probably one of my favorite episodes, because you're not holding back. Like, you're literally giving them the access. What are some students or some success stories that you've had in your programs and the lives that you're changing with this information? For sure. I just had a student, her name is Serby, we call her Sue. She's from North Jersey as well too. She came into my mentorship program. Only been a year, but we just had an event last week, and she came on. It's to the point where the students is doing so many projects, I can't even keep up with it. Like, they just running. So she came on there and she told a story about how she was able to get 12 properties in a year. Wow. Yeah. So I'm big on this. Like, the game got to be transferable. Like, whatever you're doing, it got to be duplicatable. If you can't duplicate yourself, then the game is not working. So she was able to take what I taught her, and this is another cool thing that I give people.
during this challenge, y'all gonna be able to get resources like, number one, where you can find plumbers, electricians, HVAC. I gave her access to my refinance and DSCR loan individuals. I gave them access to my private money lenders, my hard money lenders. I literally showed them exactly step by step what construction phases and how long they're gonna take and how much it may cost. So y'all can expect to get that information inside the Credit to Close challenge that's coming up. And this is how she was able to run super, super fast.
You're giving this away for free?
Yeah, that's what we know. We doing it. You want to know why, though? You want to know why? Because
I do.
I say this all the time. Like, the information is free, but the execution is sold separately.
Ooh.
I could give you everything. I could lay it on the table. Exactly. Hey, you go to this bank. But like you said before, people going to be fearful to step. A lot of time, people need somebody that could go to hold their hand and be, that person that they could go to lean on and ask questions when they don't know. So that's why I'm saying information is free. It's about what are you going to do with it if you're going to execute, if you're going to go to execute on this stuff now.
That's fire. So if I'm watching this right now, give me 3 steps, like your 3-step strategy to go secure the bag.
All right. So number one, I want to go to a website. It's called My Score IQ. The reason why I want to go to this site, y'all, is because you need to know what your FICO scores is. What I want you guys to stop doing is going to Credit Karma and thinking that's your scores, because it's not. All right. We need to see what the FICO scores are. Once I see what my FICO scores are across Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, then I can go ahead and say I can get funding on those 3. That will lead me to go to step 2, using that website, ibanknet.com. At ibanknet.com, I could find banks and I could start to source them. And this is where you can use AI with ChatGPT or Claude or Manus. Y'all, all 3 of them are killing it right now. So now I could go ahead and see what banks are giving out the money, that are giving out synchronized signatures, like I said, double dipping. Now I get access to that capital. This is another important thing. When I get access to that capital, I need to understand that it's only 0%, y'all, for 12 months. So this is not for somebody that wants to go and get access to money and just want to sit around. When you get access to this money, we got to go and put it to work. So we want to start to actively look for those deals. Like I said, the Harry House method. We can also partner with hard money lenders or private money lenders, because those people will not look at any type of tax returns, W-2, so you can essentially get into real estate without having no docs as well too.
That's really good.
Yep.
Touch on that a little bit, because there's so many different ways to actually get access to capital. But when we think about money for our business, most people just want to walk into a bank because that's just what we know. Nobody is teaching this information that you don't just have to go to Chase or Wells Fargo to get access to money. They're private lenders and hard money lenders. What is a hard money lender or a private lender, and why should I leverage that?
So I like the private money and the hard money because I could scale, right? And I could scale without having to show the doc. So I understand right now about just minimum wage. Most people are not grossing over 100,000 plus or anything like that. So when we go to these hard money or these private money lenders, this is what they want to know. They just want to know, does the deal make sense? So I'm teaching my students how to run these deals at 65%. Do we got equity in house? What is our exit strategy? Are we flipping or are we selling? You got to go into the deal knowing exactly what you want to do afterwards. And then lastly, what they want to go to see is some sort of like bank statements or whatnot, but we can go ahead and use our funding. That's a hack. So I'm going to let you guys know this, right? Y'all can literally go to a bank, I would say like Service Federal Credit Union, you get a personal line of credit. You want to get that personal line of credit, and you can go ahead and move that personal line of credit into either your personal or your business bank statement. You just want it to sit in there maybe for a day or two so that the ending balance can reflect, let's say it's 20,000. So now your bank statements is looking good over the next 2 to 3 months. So when you go to this lender now, they're looking at your statements because they don't care about W-2s or tax returns. They're looking at money. That's what they want to see that you got to go ahead and come to the table with the down payment. But you just use your line of credit to do so and boost up what your bank statement is looking like, and now you in the door.
Wow. That's access.
Yeah.
That's access. No, Kori, this is literally one of my favorite episodes. Like, we had an AI episode that went crazy, but when it comes to like funding, this is probably my favorite episode, because what we see online is there's so many people in this space, and they're like, I can help you get the bag, and this is what we do, but nobody's really like giving the blueprint, like giving the game, but then showing you how to turn this into an exit strategy potentially, like your retirement plan. People have the desire to have a real estate portfolio, but they don't even know what to do or how to get started. So shout out to you for just, one, doing the work, and then two, sharing this information.
And I also think that people need to understand, where do they stand right now? And that's a problem. Like, they don't know where they at. They're looking at their scores, or they're just seeing a bunch of online stuff. But I tell people, you only in these 4 buckets. I'm gonna break them down to y'all right now. You either bucket 1, you're somebody who You have a W-2 or 1099 job, all right? And what happened is you don't have the credit score as bad. So you fall in this tier 1 where you could go ahead and get CDFI lending. These banks will go ahead and give money to any business that's in a low income area. They probably, like I would say like the inner cities, right? They're going to give money to you. You get anywhere between like 15 to 25,000, which you can utilize to get the ball rolling for you. Or you somebody where you bucket too. And this is what I'm saying, like being strategic with the funding. So you somebody where you have poor credit, but you cash rich. Your business is online, you're building it, you're doing your thing on social media, you're making anywhere between like 20 to around 75,000. You could leverage that income to get access to lines of credit as well too. And or you bucket 3. You somebody who you have the credit score, you have the W-2s, but the business is not making no money. And this is my favorite one because they could go ahead and get that no doc funder right there. And then my premium people, this is for my premium people, you bucket 4, where you have the credit score, you have the W-2s, you filed the taxes for the LLC for the 2 years. Now we can go ahead and get you that SBA money. So this is where you see people buying businesses. This is where you see people buying those storage facilities, right? Because they are premium clients. So it's about understanding where you stack in this game, and now we able to go and maneuver where you are. I just need to know where you are so I can meet you halfway.
Oh, that's fire. Listen, you guys, you're going to see me online shouting out Kori because I'm going to be his next success story. But I want to make sure that you click the link in the caption and go secure your spot. Kori, I want you to tell them like where they can find you, how they can tap in, why they should join this challenge, and what's next for you as well.
For sure. So you guys can go ahead and follow me on social media. The Instagram name is Rich Then Famous. You guys can also come join me and spend some time. Let me love on you for 5 days and show you really how to break these generational curses at credit-to-close-challenge.com. And what's next for anybody who's watching this, I want to show you guys how to go ahead and build your brand by day and build wealth by night. You need both of them. This is a collective effort. And if you're somebody who's been running in circles and on YouTube and you're not getting no results, let me show you how to go ahead and pull that curtain behind. Let's take this up step by step, and let's get you to a point where you're making money in your sleep and not in your feet.
Ooh, listen, you guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with 3 people that you love. This has been another amazing episode of Access Granted. I'll see you at the Credit to Close Challenge.